Hello, everybody. This is Rachna once again, and here I am with yet another story for you, and that is from your chapter, The Night the Bed Fell. Well, children, The Night the Bed Fell is actually taken from Thurber's autobiography, My Life and Hard Times. So, what do we have with us here? First of all, let us get to know a little about our author. His full name is James Grover Thurber, and he was an American cartoonist, author, humorist, journalist, playwright, and a celebrated wit. He was best known for his cartoons and short stories, which were mainly published in the New Yorker. So, he was born on 8 December 1894 in Columbus, Ohio, United States, and he died on the 2nd of November 1961 in New York, United States again. So, amongst his notable works, we have The Fables for Our Time, The Years with Ross, My Life and Hard Times, Is Sex Necessary? The Male Animal, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. So Thurber, he had attended the Ohio State University from 1913 to 1918 and left without taking a degree. He held several newspaper jobs before going in 1926 to New York City, where he was a reporter for the Evening Post. In 1927, he joined Harold Ross's new established magazine, The New Yorker, as managing editor and staff writer. So, well, children, let's get started with The Night the Bed Fell. So, actually, it's humorous in tone. James Thurber's short story, The Night the Bed Fell, describes an event that took place in the narrator's home in Columbus, Ohio. The story is the first chapter in the collection My Life and Hard Times, which is considered an autobiographical work exploring the author's eccentric family and the town they lived in. So Thurber tells the story writing from the perspective of himself as a boy, taking a subjective angle on the events that proceed. The story is told in chronological order with a brief introduction describing some of the strange behaviors of the author's family that contribute to the chaotic plot of the brief tale. Here we can see that Thurber, he reveals that his grandfather, that is his father's dad, is disillusional and often departs for days from the family home, returning only to talk about the Civil War as if it were still going on. Thurber's first cousin, Briggs, whom we can see here, he is one who also lives with the family and believes that he will suffocate in the night for absolutely no reason that Thurber can discern. This is the backdrop of the story, which begins when Thurber tumbles out of the army cot that he uses for a bed and crashes on the floor in the middle of the night, waking his paranoid mother. Hearing the sound of James hitting the floor, his mother wakes up with a start, absolutely certain that the sound she heard was the crash of the headboard in the attic bedroom, right? Which she believes must have crashed her husband to death in his sleep. Positive that her husband is now dead, she begins to scream and shout hysterically, waking Herman. Thurber's brother, that is. So Herman, who knows his mother just too well and a mind, he believes that she has finally lost it. He reassures her that everything is fine and that she is alright, all while she's shouting for someone to save her husband from his entrapment underneath the heavy headboard she believes which has fallen on him. Herman wakes up Briggs, Thurber's paranoid first cousin, because he needs help soothing Thurber's mother. Briggs, however, believes that the hullabaloo must be because he stopped breathing in the middle of the night, which he has long suspected would happen. Now, to counteract his certain death, Briggs covers himself with camphor water to revive himself. And here we have Briggs. He shares a room with Thurber, who didn't really wake up while he fell from the cot. Instead, he remained bundled up in the blankets and protected from the chaos around him by the cot. So, well, you can actually understand that here we have Briggs, who has been actually thinking that he'll, just die, and on the other hand, we have, Thurber, who is such a deep sleeper, and we get to understand this about Briggs, that he's absolutely mistaken about himself. And here we have, uh, you know, Thurber's brother and his dog. They are absolutely chaotic over here. Again, why? Because he comes down, he's like finding out that, like what's actually going on over here. And when we find out that, like he is shouting on his mother and telling her that everything is fine, whereas that we find that the dog is looking at him and he's barking. So you see, like this is all too chaotic. Yeah. So meanwhile, all this is happening when the brother is also shouting and the dog is also barking, and then we have Herman, who's constantly telling his mother that, you see, everything is fine, you're only losing it out. But yet we find that this is all, like all this hullabaloo that is going on is for actually nothing. So meanwhile, Thurber's mother is racing up the stairs, tugging on the door to the attic bedroom, which appears to be stuck shut. Herman follows his mother, whom he is worried is losing her mind. The banging on the attic door finally wakes Thurber's father, the deepest sleeper of the family, who believes the house must be on fire. So he calls and says, "I'm coming," sleepy from his bed, making Thurber's mother believe he is talking to God about departing this world. This only makes her more and more frantic. Finally, Thurber's father, he exits the attic bedroom unharmed, totally unharmed. Though confused, everyone is soothed and informed of the reality of the situation. Despite the absurdity of the situation, all Thurber's mother can say is that she's glad that her father-in-law, who is Thurber's grandfather, is not home to see the excitement. So, well, I hope that you really enjoyed it. Well, this was more of a detail on the story rather than storytelling, but yet now I guess we've had enough of it, so let's get back to our beds and get a good night's sleep. Thank you. That's all from Rachna. Have a wonderful day and take very good care of yourself until we meet next time. Bye bye.